Hey guys, so it's that time of year again where I take all of my manga out of my bookshelf and show you each and every one of these. So these are my manga as of 2017. I'm sorry guys, as I mentioned last year, I don't have a pretty bookcase to showcase all of this manga, so I had to like take all of them out and stack them all up like this. So I started collecting manga when I was still back in high school. My collection definitely did not grow overnight. It took years and years to have all of this manga up on my shelf. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'll show you guys each and every one of these. This video is going to be like a really long video, so hopefully you guys will stick to the very end. Oh, and yeah, so I forgot to mention, I only collect shoujo manga, so all of these stuff are all shoujo series, and then like there are kind of like some outliers in my series as well that are shonen, but in my heart they're all shoujo because they're just so cute. Anyways, so yeah, I'll show you guys each and every one of these. So these manga that I'll show you are in no particular order except for the first 4 series that I'll show you guys, because these 4 volumes are my top favorite shoujo manga ever. They just don't fail to pull on my heartstrings. That's why they're like my top favorite ones. But yeah, okay, so yeah, so I'll start off with Gung. Gung Volumes 1 through 18, and then this series is complete. So Gung is one of my Korean graphic novel, and it's called manhwa, and it's just, I have no words. It's just so beautiful. I know it went on circles towards, I don't know, like somewhere in the middle of the story, but I'm in love with it. And the next one I have here is Asira's Volume 1 through 14, and this is complete as well. We Were There Volume 1 through 16 complete, and We Were There is, I don't know, it's probably like my #1 favorite manga ever. I mean, I have my top 4. I still don't know, but I think this takes home the gold in my heart. But yeah, so it's just so beautiful. It hurts me every time I read it, like hurt in a good way, because there's just so many things that they went through. And I read all kind of genre of shoujo, but I kind of bent toward high school romance, and that's why We Were There is one of my top favorites, because it just fits the bill of what kind of shoujo manga I'm looking for. And then the next one I have here is Nana Volumes 1 through 21, and unfortunately this is still on hiatus. I miss Nana so much, and I wish Ayasawa sensei would actually come back and start working on Nana. I mean, like, I hope she feels better, and I don't know, like, it's just, I just feel so incomplete. If you guys haven't read it, I know like this is kind of like one of those old school manga, but it's really, really beautiful. The next one I have here is Fruits Basket Volume 1 through 23, and this is complete. And then I got another version of Fruits Basket, and this is the omnibus version. It's Volume 1 through 12. And then the next one I have here is Blackbird Volume 1 through 18, and this is complete as well. I don't know, I mean, I know a lot of people have like enjoyed Blackbird, but it's just not my thing. I mean, I definitely liked it at the beginning. Like, I thought that Masao was such a strong main character, but I don't know, like, I guess just towards the end of the story, I feel like it kind of went down the hill. I think it's like I don't sell off my manga, so this thing will be in my collection forever, unfortunately. So the next one I have here, High School Debut, Volumes 1 through 13. And then I've got another version of that same series. And this is the 3-in-1 version. Volumes 1 through 15. This volume contains volume 14 and 15, so it's kind of like just a short story of what happens after Haruna and is it Haruna or Yo graduated? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, so either of them graduated. It touched upon the long distance relationship of Yo and Haruna, so it's pretty cute. I really like this series a lot because I remember I was just so obsessed with this story back in the day. As I've mentioned, I'm just so into high school mundane romance, but yeah. So, and then the next one I have here is Madoka Volumes 1 through 5, and this is complete as well. And the next one I have here is Pearl Pink Volumes 1 through 4, and this is complete. This series is surprisingly cute. I mean, I got it like a long time ago, but like I wasn't really expecting much out of this series, but then it's surprisingly cute. Okay, so the next one I have here is The Devil Does Exist, Volumes 1 through 11, and this series is complete as well. So this series has a Taiwanese drama, and I've watched the drama first before I actually discovered this series, and I really love the Taiwanese drama, so I was like, hey, maybe I should actually check out the manga, and the manga is much better. I love the drama, but this one just is onto another level. I mean, like, it's just so cute. Like I said, I'm just so, and this is another high school romance non-magical series, but yeah, it's really cute. I mean, like, and then I didn't actually like the art at the beginning, but it kind of like grew on me, and now I think like it actually has a cute artwork. And then the next one I have here is The Earl and the Fairy Volumes 1 through 4, and this is complete. Yeah, so this series is actually based from the light novel, and the light novel is actually went further than the volume 14, because I don't know, like when I was reading the series I was like, why did it feel like so incomplete? And then like when I researched further on this series, like apparently this was based from a light novel that unfortunately was not translated in English. So I mean, if you're into fantasy shoujo, you should check this out. And then the next one I have here is Ultimate Venus Volumes 1 through 5, and this is incomplete. I'll never be able to complete this series because who was the, I forgot, hang on, who was the, I forgot. I think this was CMX who published this series, and then the company kind of like went down. So, and then the next one I have here is Marmalade Boy Volumes 1 through 8, and this series is complete. Oh my gosh, I remember I was actually having a hard time finding this series. This is one of those old, like really ancient ancient series that, you know, is just really cute, that I really wanted to collect as well. The anime kind of like went further, no, not further, it kind of like went, is like much longer than the manga. It added more characters in the story. That's why it's kind of like, I think it was like 75 episodes for that one. I don't remember if I finished. I think I finished it. The manga version is much better because it's so concise. And the next one I have here is Punch Volumes 1 through 3, and this series is complete as well. And I've got Carrie Kano volumes 20 and 21. The series is complete, but I don't think I'll be collecting the other 19 volumes because it's just not my thing. I mean, like, I liked it, but I don't really see myself collecting it and having it stuck up on my shelf. So I mean, I really like the last 2 volumes though, so that's what I bought and collected. It's one of my pet peeves as well to have an incomplete series on my shelf, but I just don't think I'll be collecting. And the thing is, like, it's one of those out of print series and they're going to be expensive, and I don't think I'll be spending that much money on Carrie Kano when it's not really, you know, when I don't really like it a lot. The next one I have here is Cherry Juice Volume 1. This is the only volume that I have because I did not really like the first volume. Like, I don't remember what the story is about now, but for me to stop reading a series, like, I usually like as I mentioned, like, even Blackbird, like, I didn't really like it, but I had everything collected for that one. I must have really hated this series for me to just, like, stop collecting it. But yeah, I don't remember much of the story. I just remember that I didn't really like it a lot. And Confidential Confessions volumes 1 and 2. And this is not complete as well because I do one of those rare series that I don't like. I feel like it's just too much for me. Like, you guys can check it out, but it's not my thing. Okay, so, and then the next one I have Ultra Cute volumes 1 through 9, and this series is complete as well. And then the next one I have here, Happy Marriage volumes 1 through 10, and this is complete. This is one of my one of the Josei series that I have in my collection, and I was actually glad when they announced that this series was going to be licensed. And then the next one that I have here is Sand Chronicles volumes 1 through 10 complete, and this is one of the meh series in my collection as well. I didn't really like it. So the next one I have here is Kodocha volumes 1 through 10 complete, and Kodocha is kind of like Marmalade Boy when it's just so hard to get, and I'm actually, like, so glad that I have it in my collection because, yeah, like, I don't remember if I actually spent a lot on this series, but yeah, it was really hard to get because it's one of those out of print series. But it's really cute. Anime is like over 100 episodes. It's kind of like Marmalade Boy as well in a way that it's like the story kind of like extended in the anime version, but I prefer the manga version because it's just so concise and short, like direct to the point, like, yeah. Anyways, and then the next one I have here is Love Attack volumes 1 through 6, and this is not complete as well. This was released by Tokyo Pop, and Tokyo Pop went under now, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll never get to see the end of this series. That's so sad. And then the next one I have here is Carrie First Love volumes 1 through 10 complete. Carrie First Love is one of first series that I've collected, so it has a special place in my heart, and I don't know, it's just so cute. It's one of those high school romance as well. Okay, so the next one I have here is Love Com volumes 1 through 17, and this series is complete as well. So this manga is one of the funniest series that I've ever read, and it pulls on my heartstring as well in a way that after, hopefully this isn't much of a spoiler, after the main character started going out, like the guy, even though like he sounded so embarrassed going with the tallest girl in their class, but he was just so sweet, and then like he's just so in love with her, and I wish Risa saw that. I mean, like I think she felt it, but at the same time, like I don't think she knew how much Otani was in love with her, and that kind of like broke my heart, because like he was just so into Risa. But anyways, yeah, so it's really cute. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. And the next one that I have here is another Korean graphic novel. It's Chocolate Volumes 1 through 8, and the series is complete as well. This is probably like the second funniest series in my collection. Like, it's just so funny, and I kind of relate to the main girl because she's a fangirl of a boy group in Korea, and that's me. I'm a big fan of Super Junior, and I kind of understand, I get her struggle. just to like follow your idol around. I know how it felt. It's really cute how she found love as her, like, you know, through her journey and following her favorite male group. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, like, check this series out as well. It's so cute. Okay, so moving on, I've got Fushigi Yugi Volumes 1 through 18, and this is complete. Fushigi was my first Yu Watase manga series. I actually watched the anime first. I fell in love with the anime, and then a few years later, that's when I decided to check out the manga. And in this case, I feel like both the manga and the anime are the best. They're both good. I can't compare which one is better. Okay, so and then the next one I have here, so I also have the omnibus version of Fushigi Yugi, and it's from volume 1 through 6, so that's how much I'm in love with this series. And this version, you guys, I think this is like the largest print that I have in my collection, and it's just so gorgeous. The characters were drawn bigger, and I just love the details. I'm actually all for bigger prints of manga. They're absolutely beautiful. And the next one I have here is the prequel of Fushigi Yugi, and it's called Fushigi Yugi Ganbu Kaiden Volumes 1 through 12, and this is complete. So yes, like I've mentioned, this is the prequel. So this series is about the Genbu priestess. The first one is it kind of centers between Suzaku and Seiryu priestess, and Yu Watase just came out with a new Fushigi Yugi series, and that's going to be like the last saga of Fushigi Yugi, and that focuses on the Byakuya priestess, and hopefully that one gets licensed very soon because I would love to have that in my collection. Like, but okay, so the next one is Dawn of the Arcana Volumes 1 through 13, and this series is complete as well. This series is one of those series that I read very often. Like, I don't get tired reading it. Like, the moment that I can start the volume 1, I don't stop. I don't know if you guys have that feeling, like there would be certain mangas that when you started reading, even though you've read them before, you've read it over and over again, but the moment you start volume 1 again, you can't stop. You just keep on going, and then you stay late in the night still reading the same series, and then once it hits the volume 13, you feel complete and accomplished, but then like a few months later you'll start rereading it again. I don't know, and Dawn of the Arcana is that kind of series to me. It's like that happens to me too with We Were There and Fruits Basket. Like, the moment I start volume 1, I don't stop. Like, there's no stopping me from reading it to the very end. And then I have Very Very Sweet Volume 1 through 8, and this series is complete as well. So this is another manhwa in my collection. And then the next one, another manhwa in my collection. It's Sugarholic Volume 1 through 5, and this is complete. And then I've got Strobe Edge Volumes 1 through Volume 8, and Volume 10, and this is complete. So unfortunately, this was the only Iosaka that's been released in North America. She's released a lot of awesome high school romance series, but unfortunately, since Strobe Edge did not do really good in North America, and that kind of really broke my heart, Shoujo Beat hasn't released Iosaki Saka series. You guys would check out Strobe Edge. It's one of the high school romance series, but it's really cute. She actually draws really cute artwork. Okay, I'll show you guys what volume 1 looks like. And she's so cute. Ninako is so adorable. But yeah. So, and then the next one I have here is Midnight Secretary volumes 1 through 7, and this series is complete as well. Yeah, I'm actually glad that this series is licensed as well. Really great series. It is a vampire-like story, so if you wanted a vampire plus a smut story, you can check this series out. And the next one I have here is Penguin Revolution volumes 1 through 7, and this series is complete. Okay, so the next one I have here is Millennium Snow volumes 1 through 4 complete. And Absolute Boyfriend by Yu Watase. Again, as you can see, I'm just a big fan of Yu Watase. Volumes 1 through 6 complete. And then A Devil and Her Love Song volumes 1 through 13 complete. Beautiful shoujo. And then the next one I have here is one of those all-time classic shoujo series ever, and that would be Sailor Moon volumes 1 through 12 complete, and then a side story for Sailor V volumes 1 and 2. This 2 series right here is kind of like just a collection of short stories. Beautiful series. So, and then I heard that Kodansha is coming out with a larger print for Sailor Moon. I'm so excited to get that. So and then the next one I have Monkey High volumes 1 through 8 complete, and this is another high school romance series in my collection. Really cute series. And then the next one I have here, Happy Hazel High volumes 1 through 5 complete. Happy Hazel High was the first manga series that I've ever collected, so this has a special place in my heart. It's just so gold. I mean, it's not my favorite anymore, but at that time I was so crazy about this one. I really wanted to collect it, and at that time I was so obsessed in collecting this one, so I got it. And yeah, so it focuses on another high school romance. As you can see, I'm really into high school romance series. But yeah. Okay, next one is Toradora Volumes 1 through 17, and this is still ongoing. I'm not entirely sure when the next volume is gonna come out because it keeps getting delayed. You gotta remember, this was supposed to release like early this year, but then it got moved to a later part of this year, and then it got moved to next year again. So I don't know what the issue was. Toradora, it's such a cute shonen manga, so this is one of those shonen manga that I mentioned that I collected as well, but in my heart it's a shoujo because it's so cute. And the next one I have here is Girl Got Game Volumes 1 through 10, and this is complete, and this is another funny shoujo. It's just so cute. And then the next one I have here is Mars Volumes 1 through 15, and then the additional volume, which is and it's called Horse with No Name. I don't know, it's not really related to the series, but I got it. This series is so beautiful. Like, I remember this was one of the out of print series that I sought for, and yep, it wasn't cheap just to get this series. But okay, so the next one I have here is SA Volumes 1 through 17, and this series is complete as well. Really cute shoujo. And then moving on, and the next one I have here is My Little Monster Volumes 1 through 13, and this series is complete as well. And then Maid Sama two anime versions. So it has from volumes 1 through 8, and then the next one I have here is Twinkle Stars Volumes 1 through 4. Really glad that this series is licensed. So this is the same mangaka as Fruits Basket, and it has that same writer's feel, especially like the artwork is really familiar. But yeah, it's really cute. And then the next one I have here is The Prince in His Dark Days Volumes 1 through 4, and this is complete as well. I bought this out of whim and I did not really like it, so I don't even remember if I finished the series, but yeah, it's in my collection. And then the next one I have here is Paradise Kiss Volumes 1 through 3, and this is the same mangaka as Nana. Beautiful, beautiful series. And then the next one I have here, this is only like a 1 volume, and it's called The Secret Sakura Shares. And the next one I have here is Bride of the Water God Volumes 1 through 17. This is a manhwa as well, and you guys, it's still on hiatus. I'm so sad. Hopefully Dark Horse will continue releasing this one. I want to have this series complete in my collection. It's just heartbreaking that it's in limbo right now. I really wish that Dark Horse would continue releasing the series, because it's so beautiful. It's complicated, but once you actually do volumes 1 through 17 in one reading, it kind of like, it would make sense again. But yeah, it's really good. And then like the artwork, so I'll show you guys what an artwork looks like. Look at how defined it is. So it has like that the story is kind of like ancient. Oh my god, look, you guys, like, look how pretty this is. She's just so gorgeous, so beautiful. Like, she's just beautifully drawn. And then the next one I have here is another manhwa. It's called You're So Cool Volumes 1 through 6, and this is complete as well. So if you're looking for a funny shoujo manhwa, this is one of the go-tos. And then the next one I have here is Love at 14 Volumes 1 through 6. And then the next one I have here is my only H manga in my collection. This is Velvet Kiss Volumes 1 through 4. It's actually a really cute H manga, so I was like, so that's why I decided to buy it. And then the next one I have here is Trunks Like Us Volumes 1 through 14, and this series is complete. One of the cute josei series that I have. And the next one is Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Volumes 1 through 3, and this is still ongoing. So this is one of those shonen manga that I am currently collecting, and I don't think I'll be reading this thoroughly, because I don't know, shonen is just not, I'm just not into it. Like I try to read each and every single page, but I'm like, no, it's just not my thing. Like, sometimes like I would flip over just to check if there's a Relina Hero panel, but yeah. Yeah, so I guess like shonen is just not my thing. Next up, I've got Orange Volumes 1 and 2, and this is the omnibus version. One of the beautiful series that I've ever had as well. And I've got Masamune-kun's Revenge of Volumes 1 through 6, and this is still ongoing. And then I've got Missions of Love Volumes 1 through 14, and this is still ongoing. This was a cute series, but then I don't know, towards like, I don't know, like I feel like the story has gone down the drain in the later part of the series, because like it doesn't really focus on the main characters anymore. So hopefully it gets back to Shigure and sorry, I forgot what her name is, Yukiya. Yeah, and the next one I have here, He's My Only Vampire Volumes 1 through 10, and this series is complete. Okay, and then the next one I have here is Horimiya Volumes 1 through 9, and the series is still ongoing. I think it's still ongoing as well in Japan. Not sure. I think. Okay, the next one I have here is Kimi ni Todoke Volumes 1 through 27, and this series is still ongoing. I think I heard it's now in the final arc in Japan, so I think it's ending soon. And then the next one I have here is Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight Volumes 1 and 2, still ongoing. And then Demon Prince of Momochi House of Volumes 1 through 10, and this is still ongoing. Next up I have Yana of the Dawn Volumes 1 through 9, still ongoing. And the next one I have here is Waiting for Spring Volumes 1 through 3, still ongoing. I have here LDK Volumes 1 through 10, still ongoing, but unfortunately they've slowed down the release on this series. But it's a cute series, I don't understand why people don't like it. I'm so sad. Next up I have Everyone's Getting Married Volumes 1 through 7, still ongoing. This is another shoujo manga. And the next one I have here is the first volume of SP Baby, still ongoing. And then next up here is the longest manga series in my collection, and that is Skip It Volumes 1 all the way to 39, and still ongoing. I don't know if it's ending anytime soon. I don't think so, but yep, we're already at the 39th volume. And then the next up here is my second longest series in my collection, and it is Boys Over Flowers of Volumes 1 all the way to 37. Like the 37 is like kind of like a special. There you go. It's the special volume. So yeah, what can I say, like Boys Over Flower is one of those classic shoujo that has been adapted to several different versions of drama. Like there's the Japanese, Taiwanese, Korean, Chinese drama adaptations. I think, I'm not entirely sure if it's the Chinese or the Taiwanese drama that I'm hearing that there's going to be like a reboot. Not sure. And then onto my last shelf here, I've got Anonymous Noise of Volumes 1 through 5. Beautiful, beautiful series, and still ongoing. And then the last one here, I've got So Cute It Hurts Volumes 1 all the way through 15, and this series is complete as well. This is such a long video now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. Hopefully next year we'll have more shoujo. I mean, it's just kind of disappointing that Kodansha has been releasing beautiful shoujo, but then unfortunately they're digital. Like, I'd want to have them on my shelf. Why are you only releasing a lot of digital stuff? I hope one day you would actually like release them as a paperback as well. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.